Hello and welcome to the TapD demo series. I'm Hannah with Lightning Labs, and this is a series of short demo videos that walk you through using TapD, the whole process, right? From installation to minting to transferring to perhaps potentially burning assets. So if you're in a place where you've, already read through the docs, you've already seen some of the tutorial videos, maybe you went to a workshop and you're like, right, I got the theory, I understand how the protocol works, just show me how to do the thing. Right, you're in the right place. This is a whole playlist of videos where we'll just have a number of short demo videos walking through various different steps in the process of using the Taproot Assets daemon, TapD. So in this first video, what we're going to do is walk through installation. So I have this lovely new Ubuntu computer here, it's Ubuntu machine, where I have Bitcoin D running and I have LND running, and I'm now going to install the Taproot Asset daemon TapD on top of all of that. And it's important to note that we could set this up in a number of different ways, right? We could also install using LitD, right? The Lightning Terminal daemon. So we could download LitD either from source or from a binary. And that will be, Lightning Terminal bundled with LND, Pool, Loop, Faraday, and now Taproot Assets as well. And we could even just download that and run it in neutrino mode or with a Bitcoin node backend. And of course, we could also install from binaries. But what I'm going to do here is I have Bitcoin D installed from source. I have LND installed from source, and I'm going to do a TapD installed from source as well. And then we're going to run everything using systemd. So a really pretty nice setup, and also we're not running as root here. We have a Ubuntu user. So that's where we're at currently. We can have a look at what we've got running. Here we have Bitcoin D and LND, and we can also see that we have our LND node up and running. We are, of course, doing this on testnet. Now, Taproot Assets is now available on mainnet, but, we're professional developers, right? So we start on testnet and test on testnet, and then we move to mainnet, right? So here we have our node. We are synced to chain, synced to graph, Bitcoin D, LND are already set up via systemd. And now we're going to get into it and install TapD. Please do remember to check on your Golang version. If you are installing from source, you do need Go running on your machine. I think I have, let's see, Go version. Yeah, 1.2, 1.3 is what's currently running on here. But if you run into any installation errors, do check your Go version. It's also important to note that we are running LND 0.17, and you need that or perhaps greater to run TapD 0.3, which is what we'll be installing today. All right. So here we are in the home directory of our Ubuntu user, and we will begin our install by cloning the repo. So let's do that. There we go, nice and quick. And we'll go into that directory. And we want to check out the latest version here. Okay, so we're in the Taproot Assets directory. We want to do git checkout. I think we'll try that and see if that works. Excellent. So this is the branch that we're on, the version 0.3.0 release, and we'll build from this. So very simply here, we just do make install, and this shouldn't take too long. Just compile our binaries. All right, that only took a few minutes, but through the magic of editing, we have skipped that all for you. So we did install. So now we're back to our home directory. We're just going to see what we got. We do have our Go directory. And we're going to look in bin as well and see what we got. And there we go. These are the two things we're looking for. So we can say, all right, TapD's installed. Now, how are we going to start it up? Now, there's a couple of different ways we could do this. We could start it up on the command line, passing in lots of information in a command that looks like this. All right, so I say, hey, tap D, we're running on testnet. It's at the debug level. We got to give it a lot of information to tell it how to talk to LND. So this is the port that LND's on. And this is where you can find the macaroon. This is where you can find the TLS cert. This is where we want to put our data. This is where we want to run all these various different bits of information. You can just start up on the command line like this if you like, but I much prefer to set a config file. So let's walk through what that would look like doing it with a config file. All right, so we need to create our data directory, which would be tap D. All right, and then let's go in there, and we're going to create a config file. All right, then we're going to go edit that config file. And here, this is some basic config that we'll copy and paste in here, and we'll walk you through it. All right, so again, we're running on the testnet here because we're testing, right, a new application. We set our debug level. This is how to contact LND. It's running on this port. We need to tell it where to find the macaroon file. Note, sometimes you can just do the, the shortcut for the home directory, but you might need to put the full path in here if you have any issues. And then the TLS search, that's where you can find that. Here's our data directory, and these are ports that we're using here. So really pretty simple. We're going to then just save this file, and we can start up tap D. Now we are going to set this up via system D, but let's see what happens when we start it up. Hey, look at that. Awesome. Wow, it's downloading all kinds of cool stuff for us. All right, cool. That's a lot going on. We're going to halt this because we want it to run in the background via system D. An important note here, we're also going to use the tap D CLI. You might have to specify, use a flag to specify what network you're running on when you do that. So, -- network equals mainnet, -- network equals testnet, whatever the case may be, you might need to use that. But let's go and set up our system D file. All right, so we're in the right place. We can see our LND service is already set up. We are going to create a tapd.service file. Oops, I forgot to do the sudo. We are messing with the guts of the machine. Okay, so we need to use sudo to edit our file, of course. We're going to paste it in here. Let's go through this. Pretty simple config file. We've got a description. We've noted that it requires LND. We only want it to run after LND is up and running. We've told it where to find our binary. We've double checked that that binary is there. If your system's set up a bit differently, you might have to alter that path. We are setting everything up under the Ubuntu user, so we've noted that here. We've got some basic settings here, and we've also given it a good amount of time after LND hopefully is already up and running before this will try and start as well. So let's go ahead and save this file. So now that we have created our system D file, we need to enable it. So we're going to do that with this command, enable. There we go. Awesome. And then we're going to reload so that that will start working for us. Excellent. Now we want to start. Let's try this, and then let's see how it's working. Hey, looks good. Awesome. So I'm just going to go back here, and one more time we're going to run this command to see what's running on this machine. And there we go. Look at that. We have Bitcoin D running, we have LND running, and now we also have TapD running. So really that's it for the installation video. Remember, there's a number of different ways we could have installed this. We could have done it from binaries rather than from source. We could have used LitD. We're using a Bitcoin D backend. We could use a different Bitcoin node. We could use Neutrino. There's lots of options. Let me know if you'd like us to cover any of those in a future video. Also, if you do run into any trouble, don't forget to check out the docs at docs.lightning.engineering, and that'll help you out with a lot of questions you may have. If that doesn't help, you can go look at the repo or any issues on the repo, or you can have a chat with us in Slack. So if you go to lightning.engineering/slack.html, you can find it there. You can just go to lightning.engineering, scroll down to the bottom of the site, and you'll find the link to Slack there. All right. But thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next one.